Don't look away. Send a display.
Finals are upon us, which means it's time to make a move.
This is the week that it all really begins.
The volatility wild for the top 30. Everybody playing for a PGA Tour card.
Don't look away.
Always excited to get to this point in the season. So much up for grabs. You're looking to make a whole bunch of circles and move up this points list. Can you hold on under the highest level of pressure?
The end of the road for players on the Korn Ferry Tour is here, and each week the fields get reduced. With limited chances remaining, the stakes are elevated and the pressure is mounting for players to find their way into the top 30 and secure a future on the PGA Tour. Pearson Coody has been declared tour-bound, and his brother Parker has positioned himself nicely for a tour card as well. Chandler Phillips is in search of one top finish to cement his future, while Wilson Furr is trending in the right direction. With only 3 events remaining in the season, the tour headed just outside Nashville, Tennessee for the Simmons Bank Open for the Snedeker Foundation.
Big part of the Korn Ferry Tour season, big part of the finals.
Cody Blick entered the week just inside the top 30.
So this will go to the left.
That one never high enough.
But finished 1 stroke outside the cut line and fell 2 spots to 31st on the points list. On the flip side, Chris Gotterup sat in 33rd, seeking a spot in the top 30 for the first time in 4 months.
Chris Gotterup, ton of hype, headed into his professional career. Let's say he's starting to live up to that level of hype.
Gotterup began the week with a 69 and never looked back, posting 13 under en route to his 3rd top 5 of the season.
It's definitely good to be inside rather than outside, but we have 2 tournaments left, so the job's not done yet, but definitely, always happy to keep moving up.
Arriving in the Volunteer State in 79th on the points list, Pontus Nyholm had just 2 tournaments left to move into the top 75 and secure a trip to the Korn Ferry Tour Championship.
Like the way Pontus plays golf. He's got the full game, just needs to put it together.
Following an opening round 69, Nyholm carried the momentum into Friday.
Yeah, it was good. Started the first 2 holes, missed 2 pretty short putts for birdie and thought maybe it was going to be one of those days, but then started rolling a couple in and putted really good today.
The Swede collected 7 birdies, landing in solo first at day's end.
Been there a few times and haven't really been able to get it done, so learned some lessons from those times. Just gonna try and stick to my game and hopefully it works out, yeah.
Good round, man.
Thank you.
Little weather today, had a couple-hour weather delay, but play has resumed. 1 at 10 under par.
I usually get here 2 hours before, do a little workout, a little stretch, and then grab some food, and then putt, hit balls, chip, and then off we go.
Now our 36-hole leader, Pontus Nyholm.
I think so much for him right now is just patience. He's playing well, just not getting much out of his rounds. So once again, a busy putt downhill, then uphill, and then down green once it gets on the green. This is not easy.
Well done.
Made it look pretty easy. It's a really good effort from there.
While Nyholm was able to avoid any blemishes on the scorecard, he managed just 1 birdie, headed to the 18th hole.
What a 4. He is tied for the lead.
It's been frustrating. I drove it down the pipe on every hole pretty much, and I just kept wedging it all over the place. So it's just nice to get a little tap in there on the last and some momentum going into tomorrow, yeah.
Nyholm opened his final round with a triple bogey on the 3rd hole after a long putt ended up in the water. But he rebounded with 6 birdies to just 1 bogey over the next 10.
Struggled with the putter a day ago. It drops that in.
With a shot at solo second on the line at the 18th, an approach shot into a bunker resulted in a closing bogey and a tie for 5th.
It was a good week. He'll have to look at it and find the positivity in it, but he had plenty of opportunities to make a real push at this title.
I figured I would have to make a few birdies coming in, but it's also difficult because I'm kind of on the line. I was on the top 75 line, so it's like at one end you're trying to win a tournament, on the other end you're trying to keep your status out here, so it's a bit of pressure. I thought I handled it well.
The top 5 finish moved Nyholm to 66th, safely inside the top 75, granting access to the final tournament of the season and guaranteeing a spot next season on the Korn Ferry Tour.
The Nationwide Children's Hospital Championship, one of the toughest golf courses the Korn Ferry Tour players face. It is exactly what you want when you're thinking about the second to last event on the schedule.
Wilson Furr entered the week right at 30th on the points list, but struggled to find his footing early.
That for bogey, and you can kind of see it in the body language.
It's been a frustrating 27 holes. I felt like I was hitting it pretty well, and I was just putting myself in bad spots.
Fighting back to make the cut by a stroke, Furr went 1 under on the weekend, resulting in a tie for 24th.
And just kind of kept fighting down the stretch. There was some kind of grind pars and some grind birdies. There's definitely pressure. You can't run from that.
A week removed from moving into the top 30, Chris Gotterup finished in a tie for 37th and heads to the Korn Ferry Tour Championship in 25th.
Chandler Phillips, fellow that needs a top 40 finish.
I want to go to the PGA Tour. It's always what I dreamed of. If that happens, I've accomplished one of my goals in my life.
In pursuit of securing his tour card by tournament's end, Chandler Phillips began the week with a birdie on the first hole.
Sure walk that in, Mr. Phillips.
And a total of 6 in round 1 to sit in a tie for second at 5 under. On Friday, the course showed its teeth.
It's frustrating when you get on a golf course like this. Nothing's easy about it. Greens are hard.
It's so quick down the hill.
4 or 5 putts inside 12 feet for birdie. I don't think I made one of them.
With high scores across the board, the former Aggie's 1 over round was good enough to keep him in a tie for 5th.
Here's Phillips trying to get this up and down for par. That is so good.
Today might have been the best round I've played all year.
Chandler Phillips for his par and a round of 2 under 69. Excellent round of golf today.
It's always good to be in the hunt going into Sunday. I don't think it's going to get any easier.
What's the music choice?
Everything, but mostly Zach Bryan. Man, don't miss.
Chandler Phillips needs a top 40 finish today, and looking like that will most definitely happen. Attaboy. Nice finish. Birdie at the last. The 26-year-old from Huntsville, Texas. Chandler Phillips. He's officially tour-bound.
It's official. Tour-bound. What's your reaction?
Speechless, I guess. To finally be able to say I am. I mean, it's a dream come true.
Well, congratulations. I got a feeling there may be a few hunting trips in your cards coming up.
Tomorrow night, I'm not getting any sleep.
A bye week before the last tournament of the season provided players a final chance to work on their game.
The goal on a day like today is to get to a spot where I have like total control.
For Cody Blick, it allowed for a visit from his long-time California-based coach.
Kind of the left side. For 25 weeks, I've just been playing, and I haven't really gotten fundamental work in.
There's your spot, and now I feel like as this drops, this just bumps a fraction.
When I met Cody, he was like this tall
He's always had this talent with his short game, and as he got bigger and stronger, we were able to kind of develop his strength a little bit, and then started winning college tournaments and was always on this path. So I remember to the day when he said to me he's turning pro, and I said, right, we're going to do this together, and we're going to get to this place where you're going to say, I've made it.
I like that one.
To get to the PGA Tour, that's both our goals. So 16 years later, we're on the way.
If I want to hit a draw, I kind of just feel like the handle goes first. And if I want to hit it straighter, I just kind of feel like the chest leads. You're playing a tour championship with a shot at a tour card. We've played 25 events already. It's just one more event. Sure, the money's bigger, the points are bigger, there's major perks at the end of the year, but it's all good, you know? It's all good.
Excellent week if you're a golf fan. Stressful week if you're one of the players in the field here at Victoria National Golf Club. Top 30 gets you in to the PGA Tour for 2024.
After falling out of the top 30 at the last tournament, Wilson Furr showed up to the Korn Ferry Tour Championship with the goal clearly outlined.
The way I feel at the current moment is I'm outside the number, so I have no options. Like, I got to go play well, which is freeing to me because I've had this before in the season where I felt like I had to play well, and yeah, I'm excited for the week. I feel good about it. That's going to be sick. I really haven't let myself think about it too much. Just really try to do a good job of focusing on the task at hand. Just let whatever happens there happen. Focusing on the small things this week, and I can celebrate with the best of them, so that's not going to be a hard part.
Final event on the Korn Ferry Tour schedule. Last opportunity to earn that PGA Tour card.
Hey, buddy. I love you. I'm all geared up. Right?
Better be.
Yeah, I'm ready.
In the adverse conditions, Furr picked up a double bogey on his second hole, but rebounded to go 1 under on the day.
It wasn't a great start, but I felt like I was playing well, and I just kept fighting and just tried to keep hitting fairways and keep hitting greens, and got it under par, so I'm pleased.
Chris Gotterup began the week at 25th in the standings, a near lock for a tour card, but still needed a good tournament to cement his future.
Last year, coming into this week, I was not in like the best frame of mind. I'd finished a crazy year, and I was just fried. I mean, I had nothing. I tried, and it didn't work out, but this year I feel way more refreshed.
Gotterup made his first par on the 8th hole today. Started birdie, bogey, bogey, birdie, bogey, bogey, birdie.
An up-and-down first round landed Gotterup in a tie with Furr for 16th. And while the pair on the bubble found firm footing, Cody Blick struggled early on, going 5 over on the day, putting his chances at top 30 in major jeopardy.
Yesterday was nasty. A whole bunch of rain. It is a lovely Friday here in Indiana.
While an even par round on Friday did nothing to improve Blick's chances, Furr began to make his way up the leaderboard and points list.
Entered the week, one of the Bubble Boys, now projected in the top 20. He's just playing fabulous, fabulous golf.
And another 71 helped Gotterup hold his spot inside the top 30 headed to the weekend.
Today was definitely nicer. I mean, I wasn't soaking wet the first round, but I don't think it was a whole lot easier. I mean, this course is just not that easy, so anytime I can get under par here, that's a good round for me.
No cut this week. 2 rounds left to go. Anything can happen. Cards on the line. Pressure packed.
It's going to be a process, but the 24 hours have been crazy. Just sitting on boxes, eating pizza last night. The Tuesday at the Sanderson Farm, we looked at each other like, Jacksonville is not a bad option. Turning into something. Yeah, that's all we got.
Fred Biondi joined the Korn Ferry Tour mid-season by PGA Tour University, and while the Florida grad made his first 2 cuts, he struggled down the stretch, missing his final 7 cuts in the Korn Ferry Tour finals.
I learned a ton. It wasn't a good season at all. It wasn't good golf at all in general. I've been here for 2 or 3 days now, and it's great. I mean, facilities are amazing. And I mean, Jacksonville, too. It's a big Florida community. There's a ton of Gators here.
Now that Biondi calls Jacksonville home, he's fully focused on the next steps in his professional career, starting with Q School in Ponte Vedra Beach this December.
It's a very big week, right? Not just for me, but for a ton of guys. Just want to be very comfortable and confident out there, and then I know I'm good enough to even win it. So it's just like, I just have to put a good plan in place and execute it.
Can't you see me? The secret to staying warm is to never get cold.
How about Wilson Furr, the 25-year-old Roll Tide grad, entered the week 32nd, now projected inside the top 30.
As players jockeyed for a spot in the top 30, Wilson Furr's strong Saturday showing put him in great position for a tour card on Sunday.
Seen some real action on this hole. Like that. Great putt.
But his focus remains solely in the moment.
I'm trying to win the golf tournament. It's the only thing I know how to do. And if you win it, you're good. So don't have to worry about it. So that's my goal tomorrow. Just trying to win a golf tournament like I've tried to do since I was 7 years old. I'm good at that.
This is the last day of the Korn Ferry Tour. Dreams will be made, dreams will be crushed.
While players on the bubble continued to fight for a tour card, other players saw their seasons come to an end.
I've played some really good golf this year, just really struggled to put good scores together, and I've been in the lead a couple times and haven't really been able to get it done. I feel like that was the theme of this year. Just I've seen a lot of holes in my game, and we've got a couple months coming up, so I'm excited to get to work and address those issues and then come back in January next year ready to go.
After the start, I wanted a little more. If you look at it like a basketball game, the first and the third quarter of the season was pretty good. Second and fourth, I just didn't have it. You play 26 events, and that's going to happen. It may be a little greedy to want more, but it's bittersweet, definitely. It's the best year of my career so far. We had a chance, man.
As Pontus Nyholm and Cody Blick's seasons ended, Chris Gotterup finished a 2-under final round in style to secure his future.
Chris Gotterup at the 18th. Yeah, what a putt. Wow. Going to be inside the top 30. This is a guy that everybody expects to do big things on the PGA Tour.
Thank you for coming.
And all eyes turned to the final groups and the remaining few spots inside the top 30.
Nice. Good shot from down there. Good shot. Well done.
Today it's about cards and cards only.
Even through 17, Wilson Furr's tee shot on 18 found its way to the 10th fairway.
Wilson Furr, who right now inside the top 30, is with a bogey likely to drop out of the top 30. Oh, what an incredible shot. Where was he? Might have just made the swing he needed to get his PGA Tour card. Unreal. Even if this doesn't go, projected 29th. You're not going to have to worry about that. What a shot. Fist pump your way to the PGA Tour. Furr is tour-bound.
You made us sweat on that one. My God. Dude, what's it feel like?
I'm so proud. Just talk to Dad. He hadn't watched the shot. He's had it happen.
I don't know. Johnny comes up and he's like, it's 215, 180 something. And I was like, I'm going to turn a 6-iron into it. Just smoke it. Yeah, there was a tree in your way. That shot on 18 is the best shot of my life. That's the best shot of my life.
That's amazing.
Oh, did y'all see that shot, or did y'all not watch?
I was actually out walking.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. Well, let me tell you this. You're going to have some good TV to watch coming down the stretch, because that was the best shot I've ever hit.
As the final putt dropped, 5 one-shot away players landed inside the top 30, earning PGA Tour cards for 2024. Cody Blick and Pontus Nyholm are fully exempt next season on the Korn Ferry Tour, and Fred Biondi heads to final stage of Q School to fight for his future. And that concludes another year on the Korn Ferry Tour. For those players returning next season, the journey continues right here on One Shot Away. But for those that achieved their dream of being on the PGA Tour, there was only one thing left to do.
You all have spent your lives determined to get to the PGA Tour and to compete against the best players in the world. Well, today, that day has come.
A 25-year-old University of Alabama alum solidified his first PGA Tour card with a top 10 finish today. Wilson Furr.
Let's go, baby. I'm thrilled. I don't know what to say, really. It's shocking, to be honest with you. I believed I could do it, but it's never happened before, so I didn't know it could happen.
He won the season opening Bahamas Great Exuma Classic, sporting one of the best mustaches in professional golf, Chandler Phillips.
It's a dream come true. You know, that's what we worked for all year. Now it's just time to celebrate.
This rookie started the season near the bottom of the priority ranking and played his way to the PGA Tour. Please give it up for Parker Cody. A three-time Korn Ferry Tour winner and #1 player from the PGA Tour University class of 2022, Pearson Cody.
For both of us to be standing here is really remarkable, and to be able to do it together is really special.
Everyone faced adversity in golf in the last few years. I feel like I've had a little bit of that, and it's been good for me, but I can't believe I'm going to be a PGA Tour member in 2024.
This rookie made 87% of his cuts and posted 14 top 25s. Chris Gotterup.
I'm happy that my family made it out this week, and they're part of this journey, and they've sacrificed a lot, and awesome to celebrate with them.
You've worked so hard for it. Take this moment to reflect on this accomplishment. We all look forward to seeing you out in the PGA Tour in 2024. Let's raise a glass to this year's graduating class of the Korn Ferry Tour.